my channel with Dolph Spaghetti.
Yep, Dolph Spaghetti here.
So yeah, basically this used to be like a series where us just talk about random shit sometimes.
Yep, just random shit like we used to talk about.
So in your opinion though, Ninja Gaiden bosses, like what one from like the black is just like annoying in general?
Ooh. Now, I think the worst. Now, I remember I was on a stream with a dude called Farnham the Drunk, and basically what I said, basically we're talking about bosses, and I said that my least favorites were Marbis and Pazu, and I was thinking, oh shit, I just remembered the helicopter existed. Well, you get the rest of the story. Then I had to change what I said, and yeah, I'd say the helicopter is the most annoying boss and worst boss in Ninja Gaiden Black / Sigma.
Just like Devil May Cry 2.
Yeah, how ironic. Devil May Cry 2, the most shittest piece of shit ever. The worst boss in that game happens to be a helicopter. God, that helicopter literally has traumatized me with how awful it is, along with Trismagia.
Yeah. A way they could have actually tried to make boss good is basically you lock onto like the chopper's eye and it stuns it, comes down, so you actually do melee damage.
I know, right? That would have been a much better boss. Like maybe if you shoot it, it might come down and it might do like melee. It might not melee attack, but it might try to cut you with its chopping parts, or maybe it'll shoot rockets and you can shoot them with your ebony ivory like you normally do, except it doesn't fire like a fucking machine gun like it always does. Terrible boss design.
Yeah, that is really annoying.
Speaking of DMC, yeah, it is very fucking annoying. Speaking of DMC2, I was on a stream with a dude called JTV123. Check him out. Check out his channel. He's a great guy. And he did a stream on Twitch, and he was playing DMC2, and I said to him, all the bosses in this game are utter dog shit, and everyone in the chat agreed with me.
The only boss that I remember you tell me that can actually be meleeed is the second phase on the final boss, wasn't it?
Yes, along with Plutonian? Is it Plutonian? I don't remember. It's one of the weird ball dudes. I don't remember his name. There's a blue one and a red one. And yeah, I think it's something like that. But yeah, they can be melee, but they can't really expect you to do that because how terrible the boss design is. You're kind of forced to
just be cheap and use guns and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you call this a fucking hack and slash? It's a third-person shooter.
Exactly. It's just annoying.
As Hive Minds once said, let's lay down the bosses. We have a monkey, you shoot a gun. The helicopter, you shoot a gun. The head, you shoot a gun. 3 heads, you shoot a gun. Shoot a gun, shoot a gun, shoot a gun. This one's okay, except I disagree with Bulwark being okay, because even that boss fight isn't. The camera in that boss fight is an absolute pig, literally.
Some people say, people make jokes about Gunslinger style in DMC 3, calling it Dante style.
Oh, they're not wrong. And then you have that Gunslinger in DMC 5, which I call DMC 2 mode. Because if you get the twin rocket launchers in DMC 5 and just go Gunslinger, you can erase a boss's health bar.
Oh, yeah.
Even on Danny Must Die mode, I'm thinking, that's a bit too OP, don't you think? So I'm going to have to restrict myself from using it, because, I love punishing difficulty games, but I may love punishing difficulty, but I will never try Hell in Hell mode. Well, unless I want to torture myself for some weird ass reason, but I highly doubt that, so...
Yeah. If you had to pick, one game that, was, just had, pick out of all the games played, what is the worst boss you ever fought?
Ooh, that's hard.
Like, for difficulty and just sheer, just, bullshit. There was just, it was constantly, glitching and stuff.
That's hard. There's a lot of really fucking awful bosses. And, I mean, all the games I play, Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, Dark Souls, all that lot, they all have terrible bosses. Each one does have a bad boss or a few. And, well, yeah, but if I had to pick the worst boss from any game I've played, ooh, that is a tough one. A very tough one. I'd probably have to say, all the bosses in Devil May Cry 2.
Here's what I'm hoping for. When they make if they ever do make a remake, of Resident Evil 6, I want to see a boss where you fight a guy in a draft suit. Cause literally the logo is the logo of Resident Evil 6 is a guy getting sucked off. No, he's sucking off a giraffe.
Oh god, I don't know why. When I think of a guy sucking off a giraffe, I think of that time when Quagmire fucked a giraffe in that episode of Family Guy. Which I think he did it twice, didn't he? There was two separate episodes where
Wow.
once he married a giraffe and another one where he mentioned it. It was something like that. I forgot what the name of the episodes are because I can't really remember.
You know, it's
It's not really
funny.
good remembering episodes.
His age still in the show though. He's like what, like he said like 60. He was 61 in the show by one episodes.
Oh yeah, I forgot what episode that was, but his secret was apparently carrot. He used carrots and squeezed them into juice. So
Yeah. You know.
that's actually not too bad an idea. But too bad carrots are rancid, in my opinion at least. But I think now when we're talking about good bosses, I mean, there's a lot of them. I think Dark Souls is the best example of that because a lot or Ashura's Wrath, because the bosses in those games, or Metal Gear Rising, any of those games.
Yeah, I never played Metal
There's
Gear
no.
Rising, but it's a game I
I'm sorry,
really do
continue.
want. Yeah, it's a game I really do want to play Metal Gear Rising. It seems fun as hell. It probably is as well.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a great hack and slash. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't hold it as high to me as Ninja Gaiden 2 or Ninja Gaiden Razor's Edge, but holy crap, it's definitely up there. But when we're talking about games like that, Ashura's Wrath is a good example. That game is absolutely awesome. I think Ashura's a freaking badass. What's his name? Yasha's also really cool. They're all really cool. Well,
Yeah.
except for Olga. She's a bitch. She deserved to die. But as I was saying, Ashura's Wrath probably has the best bosses in any game I played, along with Dark Souls.
All right.
I mean, yeah, I played a bit of Sekiro, but I didn't really enjoy it that much. It just felt like an inferior Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah. You know, cause talk about Ninja Gaiden stuff. Cause like one of them I was trying to play Razor's Edge on PlayStation. Cause the thing is, the one I was playing though was like PS3, it was PS5, but it was with the premium stuff, and the stream was just annoying as hell. Like, so because if my internet connection's not good, it gives me more like, yeah, 30 seconds. You know, it's like, it's a long game where it'll just close. It's like, okay, well just turn off the stream then. I mean, I don't care about streaming. I just want to play the game. So yeah, so
That's the
then
whole point of the game. That's the whole point of the fucking game is to play it.
yeah.
Right?
Oh
Am I
shit.
right, lads? Am I right, lads?
You're right, lad.
10 points to anyone who gets that reference.
You know, here's the thing though. Speaking of like shows, like spin off some things right now, because like one, because I remember, because they probably piss off some fans, but like Ruby, you absolutely,
I despise Ruby with a burning passion. First 3 seasons are good. I didn't go far enough to say they're great, but after season 3, it all goes downhill from here. Just like life.
yeah,
But yeah, Ruby season 4 and onwards is just terrible. It bores me. It's annoying. Sure, they have extended fights, but it's nothing noteworthy. I mean, the only good things about the later seasons, in my opinion, is that they kneel, and that's about it. And yes, a lot of people hate on Cinderfall, but I actually like Cinder.
yeah. Because here's the thing though, because like season 4 and 5's intros, I actually kind of liked them in a way, but I preferred five's one.
The intros are probably the best part about the fucking season itself.
Yeah. The worst intro goes to like free like volume 3, and volume 3 was it was good, but the volume song was just kind of just meh. It just didn't match the lyrics.
Yeah, I don't remember that much. And again,
Well,
I probably wouldn't want to.
just imagine a song starting off with a nice little common sound with piano, and it goes just fucking like shitty heavy metal. Like
Yep,
the singer though, I mean, sometimes you even stumble on lines and then when she does remember her line, she like drags like "Hooray," and just drags it on. So yeah.
and then you have the four main characters, which used to be great in the first 3 seasons, but now they're fucking shit. And there's my reasons why. Ruby is boring as shit. Weiss annoys the fuck out of me. Yang is nothing but complete and utter wasted potential every time she's on screen, and Blake's just a cunt.
I don't know if we can. I think we would say that word. C word.
Let's hope I
I
don't
don't
get
know.
demonetized.
I don't know, but like a cloister like. No, I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to get demonetized. But anyway, though, I mean, yeah, because the show, like volume 1 and 3 were good, but 4, because like afterwards though, because if I want to play Minecraft Story Mode, so I mean it was like kind of like a homing beacon for the River Storm in it, right? But the Ruby characters with these little artifacts, wherever they go, that place just gets destroyed by Grim. So essentially, wherever they go, they're gonna follow them, meaning whatever town they go through, they're gonna go through there and just destroy it.
Here's me in a nutshell watching Ruby season 4 and onwards. Hey, I hear a foghorn. Boring. Am I right, lads? Am I right, lads?
You're right, man.
Like I said before, 10 points to anyone who gets that reference.
In your opinion though, which one we say out of all DMC games, except for obviously Shitty 2, which ones we say has the best bosses?
Five. Five definitely does. Five definitely has the best bosses in the series.
All
The
right.
only boss in five I didn't like was, I'd say, Needhog was the only boss I didn't like. That's the boss, the weird pink thing with the two blades for arms, and
Oh yeah,
smoking
yeah.
in the
See,
background.
he was just a discount version of the goddamn Leviathan stomach.
He's just this kind of version of the Leviathan R boss. I mean, it's nothing special. I mean, his health bar isn't too impressive, as Rusty said. And, well, it's just not very fun. It's kind of annoying. I find him kind of, actually, no, very annoying, actually.
Yeah.
Best boss, yeah, hardest boss in DMC 5 it either have to be Urizen, all fights, except for Mission 10's one. And, of course, Dante, the final boss in Virgil's campaign.
Yep. Oh, say again. Just got a message for you. Say the last bit again. Dance.
Or Dante. Dante is also very difficult. I would also put him in the hardest
Yeah.
in Virgil's campaign.
Like Mission
Jesus
19,
Christ.
he's hard. Mission 20, he just doesn't screw around things.
He doesn't fuck around, man. He'll destroy your ass. He'll stomp your ass if you're unprepared.
Yeah. Oh, I told you to have like in the background of this video, just put like a KK wheelchair me just talking.
That'll honor the legend himself, Sonic High XD. Go subscribe to everyone who's watching this. But yeah.
Speaking of like shows made by fans and things right now, cause like Rooster Teeth, I mean, it's kind of going downhill in a way. I mean, I like the Rage Quit series, cause like certain simulators is hilarious, they just
Oh,
really
when
do
it,
Rage Quit.
yeah, I'm with you on that.
River's Blue, I like it. You haven't seen it yet though,
I have
which
not seen it yet, but I'll get around to it.
yeah, see, the worst season, though, in my opinion, is Red Bull Zero, because the reason why it's so shit is because the director of the season was actually a fight animator for Death Battle. But the thing is, though, most of this show is just fight scenes. Out of the hour and something minutes of it is fight scenes. It tries out a plot and tries to be funny, but it's not. There are some characters, and Tucker, a guy who's trained by Agent Washington, a freelancer agent. What's he do this? He just his ass handed to him, and then gets stabbed in the groin.
Wow.
So when he wakes up,
Groin stab.
when he wakes up in the hospital, he's like this though, because basically he had a sword, basically energy sword. But thing is though, making the jokes is though, those bastards they took my sword. Did you hear what I just said? Don't get it.
What sword are we talking about here?
I know he literally the whole way he says his sentence though is almost like a sexual. He said, "Oh, you don't get it, he's never had one. I'm like half a man now. I have missed you."
So basically, Joe Swanson for Family Guy.
Yeah, but seriously though, his character just his ass handed to him and doesn't do anything. And plus, the way the swords work in series, so basically, if you get the sword turned on and someone tries to take it from you, it won't work unless the person that had the sword originally dies. But there are some special rules. For example, let's say my heart stops for 10 seconds and you take the sword turned on. If I come back to life in like 10 seconds, after my heart stopped, then you have the sword and I can't have it unless I kill you or stop your heart for a certain amount of time. Which is bullshit, because one Tucker was probably like dead for like probably a few minutes, killing his brain cells or what brain cells he had left in the series. But it's hilarious the earlier seasons though, because one of the jokes in it says though, said where do you get crayons from? No, it turns out Caboose gun didn't have bullets; it was just full of crayons. You have
What
some,
the fuck?
yeah, and they,
Crayons? What's that gonna do? I mean, if you hit him in the eye, it'll hurt. But
yeah.
apart from that, I don't think it's gonna do much offense.
He even said this to him. He said, "You have something to cut with? Don't you have your sword?" Oh yeah, pulls it out and he starts beating the shit out of him. Like, "Wow!" He's like, "Get him off of me! Hang on, what's there to fight style? Just hold still, watch. Help me, you prick!" Yeah.
But we can't talk about fan shows without mentioning two of the best fan shows ever: Sonic for Hire and Sonic Zombie. I mean,
Oh yeah.
they're just simply awesome. They're hilarious. A lot of people ask me, what do you think's better, Sonic for Hire or Sonic for Zombie? I can't decide. They're both just so hilarious and amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, I just love them both. I can't decide which is better, and they're definitely the best fan shows out there, in my opinion.
I mean, imagine how Sonic College would go. Just imagine like Sonic just just smoking like crack pipe in the bathroom.
Why burn down the college with his crack pipe like he did at Knuckles' place?
Yeah. I like.
Drive by.
Even though it was like a free short episode thing with them trying to rebuild the universe and things, big 8-bit joke, it was still enjoyable to watch that scene. And basically, I like how Eggman to this though, that's something right off my bucket list. Have so regret not using your shit to rebuild the universe. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, and he made a pixel bit.
Because, yeah, it's like catches bug like, oh no no no, god damn
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's hilarious.
And his pixel shit. Apparently, 8-bit shit smells worse than actual shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty very sad.
Like, alright, I like how they talk about like, we need a new fight game idea. All about reality. No, you dumb fuck, useless. It's just hilarious.
And then you have Shadow saying, Shadow has an Xbox, Chaos Emeralds, and has a bag with stolen shit.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine own the bag that just says stolen shit and go into a store with it. Yeah, I like to purchase this. Oh,
You're basically picking a target on yourself by doing that.
that makes me think though, because the scene just before Shadow appears, Sonic's talking about a Montreal meat pie. Now, I actually have the definition of it that I found, on like a dictionary website or something. So essentially, this is the definition of it: Montreal meat pie, the act of a Canadian man having sex with a minced meat pie.
The fuck?
And here's a description
Okay,
for
I was unaware that was a thing.
here's a description for you. Hey, what's for dessert? Nothing. Your brother gave a Montreal meat pie to it, and you didn't want to eat it now.
Oh.
So it's basically a Canadian fucking a meat pie.
Why would you fuck a meat pie?
I don't know. That makes me think though. Like, speaking of like Ruby and stuff and like Rooster Teeth, DBX, another shit right now. Because Ruby versus Reagan or the Blood Oath guy right now. Now in the fight,
No, I actually haven't seen that one, but tell me about it.
well, the thing is though, the episode begins with an ad for Ruby. So I'm like, okay, Ruby's probably won because it's a fucking ad for Ruby. Now, here's the thing though. The fact that Ruby wins isn't necessary and a bad thing because it's DBX, it's not research. But it's terrible because there's like a fault with some of the shit. Like for example, one thing about it, like, you put like whatever the Blood Oath guy, a guy who turned into a goddamn dragon against a little girl. And thing is though, Ruby's powers can only work in Grim, but no, in this battle she uses that shit. So yeah.
Wow.
I mean, hey, Rooster Teeth are the gods of their own character, so just make up any shit they want. Hell, when they do fucking Maka versus Ruby, like, oh yeah, Ruby totally got a new ability in season 9 or volume 9 that totally lets her just do any shit she wants. Haha, we're cheap bastards.
I want Maka to fucking kick her ass. I hate Ruby. I hope she dies.
Imagine if the fight ends, and like Maka takes Ruby's scythe.
Okay, I'll be honest, that was a bit too far. Sorry about that.
It's fine, but just imagine like the death out ended with Ruby taking Maka, no, I mean Maka taking Ruby's scythe and making a joke about it, saying, "Hey, Soul got your new friend." He's like, "Piss off."
Oh my god, double scythe! Now she can be like Sister Frida from Dark Souls 3.
Oh, wait, we're talking about boss things. You remind me of the kid that joke.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, speaking of DBX, I really miss the old DBXs, like Virgil versus Hakumen. I mean, that was an awesome DBX.
The best DBX, though, I mean, we all agree on, is Cuphead vs. Bendy. It doesn't even feel like DBX. It was actually made by only 2 people. And even then, though, it was just beautiful the animation, just the premise of the fight.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, of course, 1 Minute Melee. 1 Minute Melee is also pretty damn good too. I mean, you have Sonic versus Flash, you have Bowser versus Mecha Sonic.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm of that opinion. I do like Bowser versus Mecha G. Oh man, Mecha G, Mecha G, Mecha G would kill Bowser. Mecha S.
Yeah. Oh, on the premise of like death battles and stuff as well, like obviously it's your. I know what your few least favorite death battles are. Oh shit! Oh, I think I just hit my TV. Hang on. Yeah. So
I mean, we all know what my least favorites are.
yeah, your least favorites are Ben 10 versus Green Lantern, which we can all agree that's shit. Lucy versus Carnage, which I don't even mind because like the premise of the fight switched from 2D and hand drawn was better if it was like hand drawn more. But either way though, and your least favorite one is Virgil versus Sephiroth.
I mean, it's one I hate. It's not my least favorite, but I do generally not like because I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. I mean, come on. Virgil would win. He would stomp Sephiroth's ass.
Yeah, and sure, this was like a year before DMC 5 was like released and announced.
Either way, Virgil's Devil Trigger should have been enough to destroy Sephiroth.
Yeah.
That's why, in my opinion, the first 1 Minute Melee between Virgil and Sephiroth was a lot better.
Yeah.
Not because Virgil won, because they actually included a lot of the characters as well. A lot of Virgil's abilities.
I mean, at the end of the one melee, they even do a joke Sephiroth saying, "I'll be back," and he did. But thing is, though, like the fight itself, though, like,
Wasn't that one a draw? Wasn't the second one a draw?
um, I can't, no, I think that was the first. That was the first one. The first one was a
They had a second 1 Minute Melee, I think. I'm pretty sure that was a draw.
no. The first one minute melee was a draw. The second one was when Virgil won, but Sephiroth said, "I'll be back." The second one says,
Wait,
"I'll be
really?
back." Yeah, the second one. I mean, I think it was. But essentially, the second one in Melee has Sephiroth saying, "I'll be back," and then obviously in the Death Battle it says, "You're powerful." We see that, and Virgil saying, "Who are you?" and things. Because obviously, because Sephiroth kind of remembers or something, and Virgil maybe forgot. I don't know. But the thing is, though, is like the idea though of the fighting way, because like one here's the thing, Sephiroth does illusions in the fighting things, but he can't use illusion or supernova because he needs a lot of Mako energy. So if they did a thing where basically Sephiroth cuts like down into the earth, or Virgil like punches him down into the earth, and then they land near the earth's core with Mako, then sure, fair enough, all game there. But even then though, I mean, Virgil getting burned in a supernova, why wouldn't he just use Mako to hop away? And plus, since it's an
Yeah,
illusion,
Virgil just cut it in two with the Yamato.
yeah, they even state that can cut.
That's what I thought when I was
And
watching it.
Sephiroth even says in the fight, "Saw I cut the fabric of reality," meaning they can just cut literally the fabric of reality to make a hole so that supernova just goes away from him into another reality. So yeah, like, and plus, I mean,
See, Virgil should have won, but yeah, the 1 minute melee. Okay, I honestly thought the 1 minute melee that Virgil won happened before the draw, but apparently not. So
yeah,
at least I don't. At least yeah, if that's what you're saying.
you know,
Yeah,
it's
fair
like
enough.
it's like Dante versus Bayonetta. That one was fucking great, and I love the ending. How
Oh yeah,
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 the
Bayonetta versus
ending.
Dante was awesome. The funniest part is that Dante finished her off with one of my least favorite weapons, but that's what made it even funnier.
Yeah, but plus he totally should have said jackpot when he hit her with the flower instead of bullseye.
I know, right? That would have been cool. If it's just like the end of a lot of DMC games.
But I do like how when he, because it's funny how it's fitting, is somewhat fitting in a way how he uses Lucifer at the end and leaves with a sword in his chest, of course, and literally makes jokes about basically nice girls. Lucifer being a joke in the game about him wanting to have sex with a woman, but never does because he has terrible luck with them. Like the only time he could have had luck with a woman was in DBC 2, but then again though, they just made him try to make him the next Batman.
I
You
guess
know,
you got a load of. I guess you got a load of bat shit.
it's weird though, cause you ever notice how like Trish, a demon created by a demon lord doesn't have a
You
bat.
mean, you mean how she doesn't have a devil trigger yet, Lucia? A woman created by someone who's not really that much, but you're not really a demon. I don't think. I don't really study DMC2 lore because DMC2 is so bad it doesn't deserve my time.
Yeah.
So, from what I understand, Arius is not exactly a demon yet. Lucia has a devil trigger, yet Trish doesn't. All she does is got a yellow aura and puts sunglasses on, which I think is funny, but
Yeah, but
she
still,
should have
yeah.
gone her own devil form.
And plus, I mean, because like DMC 4 Trish and Lade's campaign, I mean, because I don't think you really went far in it. I think you just used like Trish and like the Bloody Cosmo, didn't you?
No, actually, I didn't. I upgraded all of her. I upgraded all of her stuff, and then I just left because. I mean, come on. I don't like playing as Lady. She's not fun. I don't like gun-based combat.
Yeah, the best way to play
Because
is Lady.
she's only gun. I mean, yeah, she's the blade in the end, but you're still like smacking him with a gun. I mean, it's not very fun. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the same kind of issue I had. That I thought I was the only one in this. A lot of people liked Lady, but I looked up and it turned out the YouTuber Hivevines actually agrees.
I mean, here's the thing though about Lady's
He said
campaign.
himself that
I
Lady
mean,
was boring.
yeah, her she's boring. And plus, the only real thing you need to do is just use the shotgun, like charge it and then just shoot, and then boom, you're pretty much done with most of the marionettes. That's all we really deal with in Lady's part of the game, just marionettes. With Trish's campaign, then boom. I mean, the thing is, Trish's character is alright, but she feels just slow in a way. You know.
That's strange. I actually think she plays it. She is a bit. There's something weird about her when playing. Well, playing as her, but there's something weird about her, as a lot of people said.
Yeah, but like going for the main campaign of the game, Nero and Dante. Nero's obviously finished in a way. And it's funny his name Nero, cause see in DMC 1, Nilo Angelo's name was Nero Angelo, but in the game manual it said Nilo.
That I'm well aware of.
Yeah,
That I'm
so
well aware of because I remember seeing that in a comment section
yeah,
as they're watching
cause
an Angela boss fight.
yeah,
So
cause his name translated over to the US audience, they got the game manual which said Nilo, so they called him Nilo Angelo, said Nero Angelo. So it's kind of fitting how they called him Nero, and the Nilo Angelos continued their name throughout the series. It's cool,
yeah,
but
indeed.
well, obviously Nero felt finished because well, one they had him as the main character. Dante though, he won. His Devil Trigger just runs out too quickly, even with Devil Heart.
I don't know. Danny just felt kind of weak in DMC4.
Yeah, I mean,
He didn't feel that powerful.
I mean,
Maybe I just played him wrongly. I don't know, but truth be told, I only actually ever played Danny and Nero's campaign once and used them in Bloody Palace once too.
yeah, because you get most of it because like at plus
I
the
always played
MVP
Virgil.
of DMC.
Virgil.
Yes, that's the MVP of DMC4 Virgil. Like Virgil's just fucking insane in this
He's
game.
OP as shit, man. Rapid slash, judgment cut, judgment not end.
Yeah,
There's just so much you can do. Other moves I like, the force edge, like if you like a trick I learned was just use when you got boss down, use drive, then get maxed overdrive, then spam million stab, and holy fuck, the damage you do is
I mean,
insane. Virgil's insane.
I would just lunar phase it. Like, any boss I was fighting with Virgil, literally for the whole mission, I would probably use Yamato, and only for the boss, I would use, Beowulf like lunar phase. I mean, sure, switch between Beowulf and Yamato, but most of the time, I would just use Beowulf for lunar phases. But from far away from the boss, I would try to use Yamato in a certain way, like Judgment Cut End, if I had the concentration gauge up. So yeah, but Virgil
Yeah,
just insane.
I never really used Beowulf that much. I don't know, I didn't really find it too useful. I only found it useful for the glass door. Not the glass door, the glass window. What the hell am I talking about?
Yo,
The glass window
yeah.
boss. Well, boss, quote unquote, if you would call it that.
That makes me another thing though. Like one, because like I remember, because we were talking about Virgil and things. So obviously he got knocked up with a prostitute and things right now, giving birth to Nero. But the weird thing is this though, like so when obviously when we were talking earlier about death battle and things right now, internet like statistics about Virgil, they say a lot once robbed in a drinking game. Now I don't remember in the manga. I haven't read most of the mangas, but I don't remember him in a drinking game.
I've read a few of the manga, and well, I remember there was a really cool demon king called Pluto. He was a freaking badass. Really liked him.
Yeah,
Too bad he's. Actually, I think he is. I think he is. I think he may be in the game. Peak of combat, and then there's also Abigail, another character we never really saw either. And I really wanted to see Dante fight Abigail, but
yeah,
not Sid, who had the power, who got the power of Abigail. But
and also Abigail's a
let's be
male
honest.
as well.
Let's be
It gets
honest.
confusing times.
Sid, yeah, Sid even with the power of Abigail. I mean, come on now. Dante destroyed his ass. That's the only one gripe with the DMC anime. He didn't really have. I don't know. The fights didn't really. The fights were a bit too short. Danny was just a character that was too powerful to give a fuck.
Yeah, he didn't even use his double trigger. The only thing he really did for a double trigger was just have his body glow red and just have red eyes and just talk deeper in a
Yeah.
way.
And the weirdest thing is, we see, the spider dude, Phantom.
Yeah,
In the anime intro, we see Danny shooting it, but in the
but
anime, he's nowhere to be seen.
yeah, I mean it's like in DMC 5 because like some people complained about where's Phantom because if we have all the original Malay Island trio, where's why is a quad trio or a quartet? But since
That's what I thought as
but
well.
but then again, I read the manga Visions of V, which explains that V made a contract with each of his familiars, and with Phantom, he didn't do that, so he killed Phantom. Also, V's outfit is took off like a probably like a male stripper or something, apparently.
Poor Phantom.
Yeah, but that like V's
But
outfit literally took off like a
speaking of the Molly Island trio, we can't that boss. If you play on Danny Must Die mode and upgraded everything, holy shit, that boss is a fucking nightmare. No pun intended. It actually is a nightmare. Like, it makes you think it's going to be a cakewalk battle because you fight them one at a time and they're pretty easy. But
yeah.
holy shit, once they start getting serious, they'll wreck your ass along with Nightmare. It's pretty damn I'd probably say it's the third hardest boss in the game, but I do think the fights with Urizen and Danny are harder.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Here's another thing though about the boss though. It's actually kind of fit when you think about the way you fight. And when Dante even says though, two down, just one more, just like back on Malay Island. I like the
Yeah,
reference as well.
I like that reference.
I love how they even mention Neil Angelo saying all the shattered fragments, and they even say that why they don't want to go back into Virgil because that means bring back his nightmares. It's fitting and sad, and just a way to say goodbye to them. So yeah,
Yep, as he said, rest in peace, little chicken.
yeah. I love how they always refer to him, as little chicken in the game, or like small fry or something. Because the joke is, because in DMC 1 he was a giant bird, but here he's small and tiny.
Yeah, but there is one other DMC game they never exactly mentioned. The reboot.
Yeah, I mean,
What's your opinion on that? Me personally, I actually liked it a lot. I probably say out of the DMC games I played, I probably say it's like my third or fourth DMC game.
you know,
But third or
apparently,
fourth favorite, but
um.
I still say that 3, 4, and 5 are better.
I
But
I think I might
yeah,
have
hell yeah,
told you this
that's
or
the
you
reboot.
told me this, but apparently DMC 5 was supposed to be a sequel to the reboot.
Huh? Really?
Apparently. Yeah, apparently that's supposed to be a sequel. I mean, I could see it, with the setting of the game and things, with the tentacles and shit. But Virgil's campaign.
Hentai monster.
The real question though, what is Capcom's fetish, with eyes? Like, I feel
I
like
know, right? There's so many bosses that have eyeballs.
and like see, the MC4's end boss had like eyeballs just staring at you, and things. Not the end boss, but like just the place you're in,
Yeah,
and
the
like
area you're in before you fight Sanctus.
yeah, and
Or the
like
fight for the final part, yeah.
and the MC5, just eyeballs everywhere. I mean, my mother doesn't like because when we're watching DMC5 gameplay right now, the outer bit of the Clifoff route, I actually had to skip some of the cutscenes because like it's just the outside of the route because you ever seen the head of a lotus flower, the little holes and stuff on it, right?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it really quick.
Yeah, so she doesn't like certain holes because you ever heard like see the video of people have holes in their hands and face and it's fucking just yeah.
Oh yeah, that is pretty damn disturbing.
Yeah, so mom doesn't like she just doesn't like holes in general and things.
That
Depends.
reminds me. I think they say if you hold a giant water beetle, I think, and it's laying eggs, you'll have these weird holes all over your hand. And, oh god, it's disgusting to look at.
You want to talk about something else? You getting twitches and stuff.
Oh no, that's the person. I'm over it. But it's just still pretty damn disgusting. There's
Yeah,
nothing there. I've seen much worse, honestly.
I mean hell,
But
yeah.
yeah.
But essentially, let's move on. So, like I was saying about the eye fetish thing, though, like, it's just Yuzrin just has eyes like all over him. And at this point, they're just embracing it when he tries to come to his true form. But then he gets stomped by Dante.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny though. Dante's like character though. So essentially, when he gets to Virgil, usually at the end of the game, usually things. Virgil gets defeated because Dante pretty much just carrying the mountain of shit in his back pocket. But that's the thing, though. Dante has to, because obviously it's implied in a way that Dante's using all of his arsenal to defeat Virgil, but most of the time it's not implied, as in, just say they kick their asses. But some people say perspective, you know, it's Dante putting all his force at Virgil while he's only using three things, but most of the time, though, he's just shown using two free weapons, his guns and sword. Also, by the
Yeah.
way, best weapon DMC free, Agni Rudra. Worst weapon DMC free, Navin. Like it's not the case I don't like the weapon. Well, I don't really like it at all. But I don't really see any use for it except for one of the secret missions, the one where you stay in the air for 10 seconds. Just use
Oh, is that with Nevin?
yeah, yeah, use air rage, and you stay in the air
Yeah.
for 20 seconds,
Nevin
things.
isn't really that good in my opinion.
It's
But I mean, I used it on all bosses. Isn't that useful? The only two things it's useful for I can think of, and yes, that's one of them. But boss wise, you know the final boss of Arkham where he spawns those weird
yeah.
wheel
I just
things.
use Agni Rudra and stuff. 'Cause, like the
Yeah,
spin thing with it.
I don't use. I mean, I just use Kalina Ann for that. I have used it and Nevin for it, and it is pretty useful. But
Yeah,
it's pretty useful. But yeah, I would just stick with Kalina Ann or Swordmaster moves with some weapon or whatever, or any of the weapons really. Like I think Cerberus is also very good for the heals too,
yeah.
because
You know.
you can use Ice Age and Crystal and
And
Rapture,
Revolver, I mean, Revolver was
which are
so
also
good,
very useful.
shit, like literally you just like and then also like hitboxing thing, and then keeps connecting, things good. Like, but the thing is, DMC5 Cerberus though, that boss is kind of just Well, it's good. It's King Cerberus is a great
I
boss.
actually really liked it.
Yeah,
The only thing
yeah.
that pissed me off about it was that the fire head
Yeah,
doesn't have
that
any fire attacks.
yeah, that was the thing, because the boss fight is great, but the fire exactly, and plus even if his health is down at like literally nearly nothing, it still won't take damage unless it's until it says it's one line and things.
Yeah, like feel my thunder.
And then it's like you shoot him like once with his gun. It's like, oh shit, I'm dead.
Yeah, the funniest part is when you enter his boss, like you shall not
Yeah,
pass.
and I love how Dante even makes a joke about like come on puppy and things. It's hilarious. But then hinting that there's many other Cerberus, and this guy's one of the king of them. Hell, can't wait for DMC
Yeah,
6 or the next anime to have Queen Cerberus. See how that goes with
yeah,
Dante.
or maybe true Cerberus. Nah, just kidding. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that scene in Ninja Gaiden 2 where you fight Shadow Ninja Rosetsu in the beginning of the game. You shall not pass. Yeah, for some reason nobody ever points out the reference in Lord of the Rings. Yeah, for DMC5 people do.
Yeah.
Then again, Ninja Gaiden is extremely obscure. Most people, I mean, heck, a lot of my friends on Xbox don't even play the damn thing. I mean, a few of them do, but
Yeah.
just not very many.
Here's the thing though, because another game that is like anonymous but still known, like it's known but not like as in nowadays in a way, is like Fatal Frame, because we were talking about this like ages last time, things, and yeah, we will be doing a collab on my channel someday about it. But we're playing the original PS2, and we're playing on box TV and shit, because I have this old box TV shit.
You
So
know,
yeah,
PS2. I haven't played the last PS2 game I played. Now, if I ever get my PS2 working again, the games I wanted to play was God of War 1, God of War 2, and Shinobi. But I can't because I lost the freaking wire for it. So it's just here in a box of a useless console I can't bloody use.
wait, so you just have a bunch of PS2 games in your house?
Yeah, it's actually in my weird thing. It's over there next to all my movies, my Wii games, my 360 games, and my other DVDs, so my Dragon Ball Z, my other movies. And I mean, some of these movies are Adam Sandler movies. Not a big surprise. I like watching his movies. Don't judge me. Yeah.
Well, it could be worse. We had Rob Schneider in a carrot.
Oh god. Oh
Like,
god.
here's the thing though. Like Michael Bay though. I mean, name one movie that he made that does like explosions.
I can't. It's impossible.
Also, Nicolas Cage movies. There's a Nicolas Cage movie where he doesn't talk once. I don't mean like talk like he only says yes or no. No, he doesn't speak one word, not once. And
Wow.
there's
Oh,
no
hang
and
on.
there's
Which film was that?
oh also there's no post credit scene with him talking. No, the movie was called Willy's Wonderland.
That's so fucking wrong.
Yeah, the plot of the
Willy.
the plot of the movie
God,
is
Willy.
yeah, the plot of the movie is basically like Freddy Fazbear thing, but it's actually pretty cool, and they also made prequel comics. It's actually interesting because like the Banana Splits movie, they just wanted to take something that was fun back in like the 60s or 70s show and try to make a budget off of it things. But
Yeah,
like
I watched Banana Splits, and I thought it was pretty good. I
yeah,
actually thought it was pretty good.
but
Speaking of Nicolas Cage, another film. Ever heard of a Rage? Nicolas Cage's Rage. It was one of the worst rated movies of 2014.
no, I've never seen that. But I'm speaking. But back to Willy Wonderland though. Like the thing is though, it's just a premise of how they went about with the series, their own franchise. Because when they're apparently gonna make another sequel to it. Because at the end of the movie, when all animatronics are destroyed, one's actually still alive, Siren Sarah. Now she comes out of like the trash can and goes to like puts take this what she does. She takes a sock, puts it in the the gas tank of these two assholes' car, and then it says "Thank you, come with Wonderland. Hope you had a fantastic time," and lights it. But the thing is, though, she's not destroyed. She gets blown back off screen because she's not shown burning or anything. It shows she gets pushed back, meaning there could be another sequel coming. And the prequel comics are really cool because it talks about the character's backstory more. And I just love how it wasn't just a cash grab movie. Sure, it was, some people said it was shit, but I mean, think about it though. I mean, what FNAF, based off of something isn't shit. But it was just kind of fun.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of FNAF, what was that?
when
I thought it was
you know,
Speaking of FNAF, I did not like FNAF.
You know,
I
if
just
you want to
don't
hear
like it
something
at all.
funny
It
about the
sucks.
movie, it's like, because here's the thing though, like, there's one scene in the movie where this guy is like in a room with a ball pit, but it's like it has this annoying strobe effect to the point where we literally had to look away or cover our eyes because it's just that irritating. Now, I don't have any, I don't have any epilepsy problems, with light and things, but this scene
Yeah,
was
neither do
just.
I.
I mean, just imagine this movie in a cinema, and you got everyone just getting flashed with this goddamn blind light. And there's one scene where these two teens are in the super happy fun room. Essentially, it's the murder room, in the way I describe it. But essentially, there they are going at each other in a ball pit, and then Amtron comes in, and basically like, wait, was that there before? And then the girl says to the guy, "Let's give him a show then." It's like what?
Wow.
So basically, I think like maybe like I think like 10 minutes went by or something. When we come back to them, and they're still going at it with this thing staring at them, and I'm like, Jesus, how much stamina does this stallion have? So yeah, so now I get her chomps down in mid coitus, and yeah, but the Janitors movie doesn't give a shit. So essentially, he fights animatronics things. Like, if you think of some horror movies, animatronics, they like run away or scare. But this guy, so Ozzy the ostrich, the first one he destroys, he does this. So basically, he's I'm gonna feast on your face, starts pecking him. When he gets a cut on John's face, he grabs him, throws him forward, just bashing it. Like he breaks the mop handle and starts just beating the shit out of him, and rips out his animatronic spinal neck endoskeleton. It was
Fatality.
I know. I was like, holy shit. And like that, an alligator scene though, he literally just pulls both of the top, the top half of the, the mouth and the bottom half, just breaks the jaw in a way. Like he just pulls both
Wow.
sides. And that's a big girl right there, as one guy once said. Till he got chomped down.
Paying respect, Steve Irwin.
Yeah. Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. I never actually seen Crocodile Hunter, but it's funny how some things you don't see, you just know it either way though. But thing is, though, I've never seen the movie though. Like some because like one of the because thing is the animatronics are based off personalities of each of the original spirits in a way. So there's one person, Cammy the Chameleon, his soul is based off obviously a murder in a way, who basically has multiple personality disorder. As one woman, the fucked up thing though about her character, Siren Sarah's character, is in the comic she's shown to have pulled out this woman's eyes and now dancing on the stage with a bunch of kids watching it, being traumatized. He jumps down off the stage, says, "Hope you enjoyed." And I'm like, holy shit. So yeah, I mean, the comics show great gore and blood. Like it was like wow, to some scenes,
Love me some gore.
yeah, like it was just cool and stuff. And in the movie, there's because apparently in the movie, because like the comics did a great job explaining the prequel and the story, but the movie kind of it's good, but somewhat man the same way. But essentially, basically the plot is this. So basically, Willy Wonderland obviously was a famous business owned by a guy who was a serial killer and things. So basically, whenever there's a birthday party there, he would take a family for a private show with Willy to the super happy fun room, and then murders all of them. Wow, one guy in a giant weasel suit, probably overheating, can manage to kill people. But thing is, though, the suits.
It's the man behind the slaughter.
the,
Oh, hello there. Old sport.
the cool thing to do is, instead of giving them like a weapon or something, the weapons are actually his hands. As in, I don't mean he chokes you. I mean the little. So you know how some animatronic suits have little like foam, little like nails and things, right? Well, no, he actually equipped his and sharpened them like with knives in a way. It's cool. So yeah, this movie actually gives a shit about giving his character certain personality and things. But then again, the comic does it better because well, one, it came after the movie, it did good. Now, one of my favorite characters in the movie is I think his name is like Tito the Tortoise. Now, it's basically a Spanish speaking tortoise where one of the things is Kichingando, which means like oh shit or shit, right? But I thought shit was mierda in Spanish. So essentially, you see him getting the hell beat out of him, and he then says, "Oh my balls, please stop, no more, no more." He said it in Spanish. Now it's hilarious because imagine just hearing like I'm saying, "Ow my balls," and it's in Spanish. So yeah. But Tito's character is actually amalgamation in a way. So basically, some of his parts are from different animatronics or just different parts altogether. So basically, at the end of the movie, when the girl starts beating him to death and things right now with it, basically, at the end of the movie, they're driving on the road, the guy in the Camaro, and then he sees Toro's like, oh shit, but it says in Spanish, and gets hit by a car going, hoy! And the movie ends with a scene of his face, slowly moving, like, circles getting smaller, and then Willie saying, remember, Fred's party never ends at Willie's Wonderland, right? It's actually a pretty good movie. I mean, sure, it's shit in a way, but still, it's actually, actually enjoyable. So yeah.
Speaking of movies, what would you say is the worst movie you've ever seen? For me, it's definitely Adrift, or Broken
Oh.
Water 2, it's also known as. But
Oh, I can't remember. 'Cause
God,
this,
words cannot describe how much I. What words cannot describe how much I loathe and despise Adrift. Like
you,
words just can't describe it.
you know,
There's no words that can be said about it for me.
there's one movie that I remember watching, but I think I didn't even finish or something. That was just that shit. I started just criticizing everybody about it. I don't know which one. I don't know what it's called. So moving away from that movie, that cat. Cause I can say a different movie, that was shit, but somewhat alright. Was 5 Part 5. It was shit. With not having Jason. The story because the director of the movie was a porn guy. I mean, he made porn director movie, so there was a lot of nudity in the movie. But some of the
God.
kills were like really centered by either shitty close-ups or like shitty props in a way. Like some things just be like a fruit or something just rolling around in things, which sucks. But thing is though, the idea though of the movie is this. So basically, the killer is Roy Burns. Obviously, spoilers movie and things. But essentially, what happens is he gets pissed because of his son being murdered at this place. So if you know that if you didn't, so your son's at that place and you didn't know. I mean, you know your son, so when you call someone, anyway though, 'cause he gets called there a lot and things. But essentially though, he gets kills people. Now, the thing is though, the reason Joey got killed is because of this. So basically, he goes to a guy, I think Roy or something, I can't remember his name, but essentially goes to a chocolate bar, and he tells him to leave him alone, and basically put chocolate. He's like, put chocolate right here. He chops it in half. He's like, you know what, Roy, just forget it, just forget it. Walks away and gets axed in the back. And the first kill of the movie, not counting the dream sequence, not counting the dream.
I guess he wanted to ask him a question, right?
But instead of except for
uh,
the dream sequence kill at the beginning of the movie, the first kill was not by Jason, but from well, they get no Jason in the movie. But essentially, though, the first kill was from a normal human. He gets arrested, and that's why Roy Burns killed because of death of his son. But then again, think about it. So this whole movie is over Joey and a chocolate bar. A fucking chocolate bar got this whole movie started.
whoa. Did you just say a fucking chocolate bar? The fuck?
Yeah, a chocolate bar. Because one, he offers, Roy a chocolate bar, and he says, "Leave me alone." He puts it there and chops the chocolate bar and says, "You know what, Roy? Just forget it. Just forget it." And Roy's obviously pissed in the video because he has anger issues and chops in the back. So it's over a chocolate bar.
I won whatever you're smoking, that's for sure.
I mean, they're at a mental camp. The cool thing is the background one, the offices shows the actual Godzilla thing. It's cool. It's like how the third part did that as well with shitty 3D. But yeah, I do like though, like because like part 5, sure it's shit and doesn't have Jason things, and sure just Tommy has like illusion stuff. But what's interesting about Five Teams franchise is Five Teams the game. Now, obviously the I think the directors or the producers or everything of Five Team basically they say they can't release the ship map from Jason X, right, unless or they'll get the servers shut down entirely for the game. So some people have modded it in a way or something, or trying to find a way around it and things. So basically, though, in the game, you can find tapes, Pamela tapes and Jarvis tapes. The Pamela tapes basically explain the events before Fire Team Part 1 about what happens after her son drowned. So then the Tommy tapes are basically tapes in between, after, and one of the tapes happens during the events of Part 5. So basically, the first tape starts off like after events of Part 4. Then one tape talks about the events during part 5 about like a kid who was murdered, by one of these patients. I don't have any patients at Pinehurst. Why are you telling me this? Well, that's just right. Tommy Jarvis transferred there and transferred out his knowledge, her knowledge, I mean. So essentially, yeah, and it's interesting, because the tapes really just hit home, like in a way, a lore sense. I mean, sure, it's probably not canon, but still, it just makes you feel like it should be. Now, the thing is, though, because like there are things like Never Hike Alone and also Never Hike Alone in the Snow, which is a 20-minute short, which is actually pretty good as well. Because just imagine a fight movie in the snow, like just trying to make a blood trail. There'd be a blood trail leading places. It would
Yeah,
be awesome.
it'd be kind of like ever seen the movie Cold Prey? It's one of the more
Um,
obscure horror films.
no, I heard of it.
I watched it with my mom at one point, and it was very good. And a cool
Yeah.
twist at the end. It was basically based on a cellar, I think. Then near the end, they were in like a snowy mountain, I think, or something like that. I don't remember the film that well, but it was. I really liked it. It's like an underrated horror film. Ever seen The Hills Have Eyes?
No, I haven't seen that one. Hang on. Do you want to leave
That's
the
also
part?
really good.
You, yeah, you want hey, you want to leave the part right here to end, and we'll make another, one on one. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, why not?
All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. We're just gonna go get something to drink and eat, and we'll be back.